All right, so I'm interested in your perspectives, Clint and Roy, on what makes a successful LDS male. Is there like a clear prototype for a successful LDS male? And if so, like, what do you think are the components?
But I think the first thing is nice hair. I think for the perfect LDS male in the DC area, really, and just looking at from the girl's perspective, is a return missionary, graduated, has a job, has a car, and spiritual, just keeps the commandments, and yeah, that's about it. Clint?
Yeah, I think one who is really active, like in the church, and just really wants to like help other people out and everything, and just like a natured kind of person. Maybe someone who is willing to relate to others and things like that.
And when you guys, maybe you can talk briefly about like what you're doing here in DC. I know that Roy, you do finance, right?
Yeah. So after I finished at BYU, my last semester I was in. I've had a really busy semester, but had an interview down in Colorado with Lockheed Martin, and that went well. And they gave me the offer and wanted me to come to Maryland. So I was really happy to do that. I grew up on the East Coast, and so moved out here right after my undergrad. And that's why I'm here. I actually lived in Gaithersburg first, pretty close to my office, and then wanted to be in the ward down here. So I decided to keep moving south, and everything really worked out for me. And I love the church here, and love the ward a lot. So.
And Clint, what's your job again?
So I'm working at Lockheed Martin, and I'm a software engineer.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I came over here graduated from BYU, did an internship out here, and then came out here to work for a while. I'm working on my master's. Hopefully one day I'll be moving back to California. But I got about a year left on my master's. My plan is to finish my master's, maybe start business school later on around here, and then end up transferring over to San Diego area. Okay.
And for both of you, was your choice of major and I guess career influenced by your like desire to be able to like meet whatever standard for successful LDS male? Do you think that kind of played a role, or are you doing what you are most passionate about?
Oh, I would definitely have to say that I'm doing what I'm most passionate about. I mean, I always saw myself as finance or accounting, so that's definitely what I want to study at BYU. I studied Chinese too, and really that was just more to keep up my language skills. But I think writing a few characters or saying a few words or sentences in Mandarin helps.
Yeah, so it was funny, like when I was in high school, my teacher asked us to like write a paper sophomore year on like what we want to do, and I never really thought about it back then, but at that time, like I started researching different career paths and things like that, and I came across software engineering and kind of picked that, and went to BYU, took some of the software classes, and I was actually taking an electrical engineering class at that time, and I realized that I really liked math a lot. So I switched over to electrical engineering and did that and got the math minor, and then all the places I was interviewing with for internships, they kept on interviewing me for software engineering positions, and that seemed strange to me, but looking at my background, like most of my research and work was in software-related things like programming, and so I think that's what kind of steered it towards that path. I came out here did the internship, programming, and really kind of found that love again that I had for that back in high school. And when I went back to BYU, finished my last year taking mainly computer engineering classes, graduated and came out here to start my career path in the software engineering field, and now my master's is in computer science. So
cool. So you're both kind of doing what you love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I guess lastly, I'm curious about what do you think are the main challenges and stresses that men in our ward face? And maybe more broadly, just like young, single LDS men.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to answer. I mean, I think that there are so many things in our lives that it really comes down to juggling between work and school and dating and church responsibilities. So really that's, kind of setting your priorities where they should be is really the key there, and trying to fit everything in that you would like to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely think time management, keeping a balance, and being able to actually do all those things is really kind of like an issue on a lot of, I think, our minds, because, I'm talking with other guys I know, I'm like, hey, let's go do something, and then it's hard to kind of match schedules up sometimes. So I think that's one of the heavier weighing problems that, we could run into, during this time in our life, because so much is going on. Like, we're in our careers, we're just starting out our careers, we're just starting school, maybe we're just starting relationships, and all those things, they all take a lot of time. So I think that's definitely one of the major concerns that people have at this point in their lives.
Cool. All right. Thank you.